ali ffenna abasinga obungi mujjuga bwe twajja ebyakato mu nnyonyi ne tuba nonna naliko oba munzijukira ekikofiira bwe kiti ne tuba nonna mu mbeera ennyo abantu ne bakuŋŋaana ku kisaawe ne tubajjayo abamu balina ebiwundu abamu byomu nga abaana abato ng'embeera mbi nnyo. Ebifaananyi ebyo tubirina bannamawulire abawakanya abantu bano kyatukola bulungi nti ebifaananyi ebyo twabifuna gye twabajja ebyakato paka olwaleero ne muyite wa Dr. Okero n'abajjanjabako bajjukira bulungi nnyo ng'embeera tenaba bulungi muwonyera mulumizibwa n'ekimpa essanyu ffe nga UPDF kituwa essanyu okulaba nga muli mu mbeera gye mulimu bwe mutyo empya ddala tusaba mugende bwe mutyo ebbanga lyonna muleme kuddirira. N'ebigambo ebyo nkolanga omumyuka w'omwogezi wa Ministry of Defence ne UPDF egy'eggwanga. Tubaaniriza olusozi lwaffe luno olw'embuya nga abantu baffe abamu abaakwatibwa mu kulwanagana e Congo, abalala abaanunulwa abaali bawambiddwa abayeekera ba ADF e Congo n'abalala abeereeta bokka balikooye okulwana. Enkola eri nti babudaabudibwa mu ngeri ey'omwoyo okubajjamu embeera gye babaddemu ate ne babaako n'obukugu obubaweebwa okubanga baddayo mu famiri zaabwe gye baava mu byalo byabwe byava nga basobola okubaako kye beekolera. So omukolo guno ogwaleero gugendereddwamu okulaba nga abantu abo tubawa ekitongole ekya Amnesty okubanga babakakasa nti baddembe kati okuddayo ne batuula mirembe, babawadde ne certificate eziraga nti balina mutawaana. Ekyokubiri bagenda okutulaga ebibadde bakola bapartners baffe baminywanyi baffe aba Bridgeway babadde balina obukugu bwe babawa okumala emyezi 3. Bagenda kutulaga obukugu obwo ebyo bye bayize. Bano bali 41 okusooka bajja nga bali 40 omu ku bamaama n'amuyamba n'asumulukuka era ne beegattibwako omuntu omu ne bafuuka 41. Babadde bagenda okuba nga bajjanjabibwa mu ngeri ey'obwongo nga bwe ŋŋambye n'okulaba nga babaako emirimu egy'emikono egisobola okubateera ejjamba mu nsawo nga bavudde wano. Ebyo bye bibadde bikolebwa ku bakulu. Eggwanga ly'e Congo 6, ab'eggwanga ery'e Tanzania bali 2 ate bannayuganda bali 33 abakola abantu 41. Tusuubira nti obukugu obwaweereddwa bajja kubanga babukozesa okulaba nga beebeezaawo mu ngeri esinga okuba ennungi. Era tusuubira nti bamaama ne bataata abali wano naye mu community abantu bano gye bagenda bajja kukolaganira wamu okulaba nga abaana baffe bano abato tubajjamu abantu b'obuvunaanyizibwa abasobola okwegasa bo ng'abantu nga bakuze ne bagasa eddiini yaabwe ne bagasa n'eggwanga lyabwe. Kitegeeza ti amakubo agaliwo gonna aga gavumenti erina enteekateeka era bonna basome mu primary ne bonna basome mu secondary school. Kitegeeza omwana ayinza okuva wansi n'asoma paka bw'amaliriza nga gavumenti ali mu kuteekateeka ya gavumenti. Tubasaba bamaama ne bataata abali wano n'abantu ab'eŋŋanda z'Abaganda baffe bano ne bannyinaffe abali wano bwe baba bazzeeyo, ekisooka mubaanirize. Ekyokubiri mubayambeko okulaba nga baddamu babeera wamu nammwe mu ngeri esingayo okubeera ey'emirembe n'okulaba nga abaana bano bakozesa emiwaato egyo gye twogeddeko okulaba nga baddayo nga basoma. Twebaza bannaffe aba Bridgeway.
Twebaza nnyo olw'obuyambi bwe batuwa. Batuyamba okutubeererawo ne batujja mu buwambe, byonna tuli basiimu. Tusa okwebaza kwaffe eri abantu ba center aba Bridgeway. Tusa okwebaza kwaffe eri aba Bridgeway batubeereddewo okuva lwe twabasinkana lwe twegatta nabo okumala emyezi 3 ntuusa okwebaza kwaffe gye bali nti tweyanziza nnyo tweyanzeege tuli basiimu mwebale nnyo mwebalire ddala bambi temujjanga okwo nenzirayo eri omukulembeze n'amagye ge nangera abawe ekyo kyalaba ekibajyamu kuba ffe tetulina kye tugenda kubasasula tetukirinaako obusobozi bwadde n'akamu okuggyako okubasabira tumusaba ayongerere ddala bongere maanyi bayongeremu kwegamba bayambe n'abalala abaliyo kuba waliyo abaana abato baganda baffe abaana baffe abantu abakulu abakadde bongeremu amaanyi bongere okubayamba oba oliawo nabo bayinza okufunako omukisa ng'ogwaffe ne babanga bavuddeyo tusabira ddala bakyongeremu amaanyi bukyawe banakikola be bamanyi wabula bayamba abantu abasigaddeyo nga naffe batubeereddewo ne batuyamba kakati okufumba breakfast netumanya bukyawe bagibega breakfast eyo gibega otyo naagirya naye nemulabikira bulungi nga kyali alhamdulillah byonna akacyayi akawooma eyo Bridgeway batuyigiriza okukola ebitabo nga newobeera otandise embeera yonna nateyinza kuteeka mu nnyumba yo neerabika bulungi batuyigiriza okukola ebizigo eyo yonna Bridgeway ate ebizigo birungi nnyo oteekamu emitwalo 2 ofuna 3 ebintu by'oba otaddemu biba bitono batuyigiriza okukola shampo liquid shop abo bonna ba Bridgeway tukola bukando bulungi nnyo bwa mulembe kwegamba oba obukozeseza kukata bunyaakawoowo eyo na Bridgeway tuyinza okutunga engoye ez'ebika ebyenjawulo tutunze zi-skirts ez'enjawulo zi-dress baaga byonna ne mujja okutubeererawo saba Allah bawemu ekyo ekisinga obulungi twebaza omukulembeze waffe ow'eggwanga.
The objectives of this operation. Militarily, this operation was and is aimed at degrading the capacity, military capacity of the Allied Democratic Forces so that they don't cause war and suffering the people of Congo and the people of Uganda. That's one. However, the overall strategic national end state of this operation is to create a peaceful environment for the people of Congo and Uganda to trade peacefully to bring about economic transformation and prosperity. That's the national strategic end state of this operation. And if you are able to, for those who are moving between Uganda and DRC, you'll be able to see the volume of trade has increased. Even if you only look at the volume of order point of Busio, if you go through Busio, Blasi, Chabi, Boga, Kainama, up to Serengeti, that stretch was opened up and it's open to traffic, commercial traffic. Even the current one in Mahagi up there, if you go through Paida, Mahagi, Bole, Fataki up to Bunya. Previously, that route was impassable because of insecurity. That route has been fully opened. Vehicles, commercial vehicles, and other non-commercial vehicles are able to move freely from Paida border up to Bunya. Those are some of the achievements of the Operation Shujaa, and that fits in well in the national strategic end state. We've also been able to protect the Wananchi in the areas where our operation are going. Previously, we used to have common attacks from the ADF against the Wananchi. Currently, those attacks are very, very, very minimal. We've been able also to utilize the capacity of the ADF. The operation of the ADF military operation are greatly reduced. We no longer have the freedom of operation. They're always on the run, the few that are still remaining. We've been able to, our presence has improved humanitarian access in the areas that were previously inaccessible by humanitarian organizations. Currently, we have a number of humanitarian organizations operating in the areas that the operation is present.
I wanted to draw your attention to those placards in the background. They show the kind of work that we've been doing at Al Shifa Home or the center. So those are 5 placards. One is a summary of the work that we do and how it fits into the major goal of Bridgeway Foundation. And then these ones, the 4 are the specific parts of the program: psychosocial support, de-radicalization, skills, and the final reintegration into the community. I will refer them back to the speech when I'm giving my submission. But I wanted to give this as a Noah. I'm the project coordinator of Bridgeway Foundation here in Uganda. And this is my submission. Good morning, members, and all protocol observed. Thank you for joining us today. I want to begin by reflecting on a pivotal moment in recent history. 11 September 2001. The 9/11 attack was not only a devastating blow to the United States, but also a turning point in global security. While the immediate impact of that day was horrifying, its long-term consequences included inspiring extremist groups is staggering. Their mass atrocities against civilians, forced recruitment of children, and acts of terror fuel circles of fear, displacement, and violence. But here at Bridgeway Foundation, we are committed to breaking that cycle, not just by addressing the aftermath of violence, but preventing it at its roots. At Bridgeway, we confront this challenge through 2 interconnected strategies. Number 1, defection messaging, which encourages fighters to abandon their weapons and reject violence. Number 2, rehabilitation and reintegration, which provides defectors and low-level fighters with a pathway from extremism and offer them peace. This is what we are here to celebrate because of the rehabilitation program. Counterterrorism efforts that focus on prevention and deterrence. These non-kinetic methods go on the offensive by addressing the fighters who are already part of the problem. Defection messaging and rehabilitation do not merely play defense by stopping more people from joining extremism groups. They actively dismantle these groups from within by encouraging defections and transforming fighters into allies of peace. Our defection messaging campaign is bold and innovative, using aerial speakers and the distribution of over 400,000 come back home message flyers. We call on ADF fighters to defect. This message penetrates deep into the group's camps, sowing doubt among fighters and creating cracks in the foundation of ISIS DRC, also known as ADF. Our call, whether through the messaging campaign or other means, are brought here to Al Shifa Home, where that transformation begins. The Rehabilitation Center or Al Shifa Home is where real change begins to happen. Here we address the multifaceted challenges our clients face, guiding them to a journey of healing, learning, and reintegration. This takes part on 4 fronts, and as I've said, those are the 4 fronts there: psychosocial support, de-radicalization, skills training, and the final reintegration back into the community. But allow me to say 1 or 2 about these phases. Many of our clients arrive traumatized, carrying the scars of violence and loss. Our psychologists help them process their experience, rebuild their confidence, and envision a new future. The de-radicalization through faith. Extremist ideologies thrive on distortion. Our spiritual counselors, who are qualified imams, work with clients using Islamic teachings and scriptures to challenge and dismantle false narratives. By reconnecting them with the peaceful and compassionate principles of their faith, we replace violence with understanding and hatred with hope. On the skills training, we provide practical skills such as carpentry, tailoring, baking, shoemaking, and others, empowering clients to support themselves and contribute positively to society. And at the cost of lives of very many men of our men in uniform. So allow me to recognize the great work they are doing. We also appreciate the government for the forgiveness, for the Amnesty Act, and the great work Amnesty Commission Uganda is doing to help our people when they come back, to forgive them, and make sure when they go back to their communities, they are received and peacefully resettled in their communities. We shall work closely, we shall continue to work closely as Bridgeway Foundation with Amnesty Commission Uganda and also the UPDF in this great cause and for the good of our country. I thank you all.
I'm Dennis Nkwasiwe, the Commissioner with Amnesty Commission. I'm here this morning, one, to be part of the team that is officiating the graduation of our sisters and brothers who were once captives or who participated in the armed rebellion against this establishment. For some of you who may not know Amnesty Commission, ceremonies when our people are graduating from what they have been doing under Bridgeway Foundation for the period of 3 months. You allow me, ladies and gentlemen, to thank the government of Uganda for creating peace and fighting for peace. Uganda is a peaceful country, and we have reached an extent that now we even export peace for those countries that are still unstable. For our brothers and sisters who are here, you are welcome home. Uganda is a peaceful country. We are proud to have you here once again. You allow me to thank the UPDF, our mighty force, for fostering peace, making sure that Uganda becomes peaceful for everybody. The UPDF is not just a force like other forces that these governments have had. It has been more a strategic force for people and at the same time looking at the sustainability of peace in the entire Uganda. So we are very grateful and we are proud for that. The work done by the Community Center Organization with its partners for doing the reintegration process. At the time when these people are brought from the war zones, they have a lot of challenges. And psychosocial support is very key to these people, such that they are put to shape for any other integration program to take place. So we are very proud of you for doing this work. In instances, we find people are received, but the less of reintegration is not done, it's done. They are received and psychosocial support is not offered. I believe the Bridgeway Foundation has done what ought to have been done. There are thousands of people, but unfortunately some of them have not gone into this. They have not received this reintegration exercise. Why? Because of limited funding. But we are happy as our partners, we are bridging up the gap. Make sure that our brothers and sisters get into their communities with a mind that is ready to work. The skills that have been offered to you, ladies and gentlemen, are the skills for life. Someone who has learned knitting, who has learned soap making, shoemaking, weaving, will not be the same. People have acquired degrees and very many papers, paper qualifications, but earning a living is difficult. So what you have got today, in summary, is the best for your life to live. And this will reduce especially economic dependency, and you have to live by yourselves against all odds. That he's in the hands of the UPDF, maybe he thinks the situation is hostile. But these people look very, very healthy than even the community, I would say. So we thank you, the UPDF and the partner organizations for the good care that you have been giving our people. People need to know outside there that Uganda is a very peaceful country. They need to know outside there that our leadership under President Museveni is for peace. They need to know that gone are the days when the forces are the tormentors of society. Now we have a force that is completely for people. It's a welcoming country. They need to come home and enjoy the peace that is prevailing. You have come. The period of war is done. Now you need to come and benefit from government programs. There are very many government programs. For those who are young, we have UPA, we have USA. For those, the mature ones, there is PDM and others. What do we need to do as a commission? As our role, our duty is to make sure we link these people to government interventions. They need to be linked to programs like PDM, such that they're in a position to benefit from what the government is offering. And Justice Onega is supposed to have been here, who heads the commission, but there was an extra engagement he had on behalf of the commission. But at the same time, he delegated me as the commissioner of the commission to be here and deliver this information to you. Amnesty Commission offers amnesty once, meaning don't be lured, go back. By the time you go back, you won't get another amnesty. The card we give you is your master card, is a proof that you denounced rebellion, is a proof that you are a free person to live in this country. Guard it and guard it very jealously. Why I say it is important that you come to the offices, in case you lose this card, our card looks like this. In case you lose this card, make sure you come to the commission, not to get a similar card, but a documentation, because we don't give another card again. How I wished this would even move to the regional areas. We have Southerns, or those who were brought and they came to society from the LRA in the Greater North, but they did not require skills. And you are aware, most of these people, majority joined the bush unwillingly. Most of them were captured when they were still young, meaning most of them even have nowhere to go. Like when you go to the north, most of the LRA ex-combatants were captured when they were still young, minors. And when they came, some of them, actually majority, were not acceptable in society. When you go to Guru Town, there is, along the streets, we have the so-called Agu boys. The Agu boys, those are the notorious boys. They are not even boys. Some of them are men, and the Agu men have produced the boys. When they came, they were not acceptable. The land issues is a problem. So what they need is not land, but what they need is skills. They need such skills to better themselves for a better future. So through you, our brother, the coordinator, how I wish to send this request to your bosses to see whether it is possible to have these people acquire these skills for a better future.
Kati shampoo ono anaba mu nviiri ayambako abakyala naba mu nviiri naye naawe omwami ne woba omunaabisizza tabeera mubi. Obubbo obwo bulungi okalaba bw'oba oteredde mu muntu akalaba